You don't really know much about Halloween.
Hello, and welcome to another unboxing video. I am your host, Joel. I am one half of the Newlydeads. And if you'd like to know who the Newlydeads are, just please go to thenewlydeads.com at the address that I'll put up here somewhere on the screen, and you can find out more about us. We are content creators. We have a television show that's on 4 different networks. I'll put that information here as well. That show is called Dollar Store Drive-In, where we take a movie that we find somewhere out in the wild, typically a Dollar Tree, Goodwill. Sometimes they're given to us. And then we will review the video for you in a half an hour chat show format. So please check that out at those locations that I just showed you. We also have a YouTube channel, which you currently have already found, where we do unboxing videos, Sinister Snacks, Coffinated, follow us around, and a bunch of other content. We try to keep it, kind of rolling with stuff. We're also going through now currently and showing all of our old episodes of Dollar Store Drive-In on that site. So if you'd like to kind of see where it all started and kind of follow the progression to where we are now, we're getting close to our 100th episode. So we've been doing this for almost 2 years now, not counting the stuff that was on the YouTube channel prior to the jump to the networks, I should say. But anyway, that is all available on our channel. Also on our website, we have our blogs. I write Cinematorium, which is a movie review blog. Mrs. Newlydead writes a small business review called Unearthing Small Business. And we also do our Coffinated reviews for coffees that we find in blog format on there as well. So all the information is on that site. But if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, always feel free to contact us at contact@thenewlydeads.com. We'd be happy to answer any questions you may have. You can also find us on our Facebook. Just look up The Newlydeads. You will find us, and we would be happy to get in touch with you. So today's video is a little different in kind of following suit with Raul at the Mad Blood's channel, who is very much a vinyl collector. I don't talk about my vinyl collection that often, but in watching him unbox his stuff, I thought maybe I'd give it a shot here with something I picked up recently, which the main thing I focus on my vinyl collection is my favorite artist is Juliana Hatfield. So as American Laundromat Records is starting to reissue the entire catalog, they've reissued all of the Blake Baby stuff, her first band prior to her going solo. They've started reissuing all of her solo stuff. And little by little, it's all becoming available on vinyl. And so since I've already got it on cassette and CD, being a collector, you've got to have it in all the formats. So I am picking it up on vinyl. So I have a huge stack of Juliana Hatfield related vinyl in the basement, as well as some other stuff that I picked up over the year. I specifically like to listen to old jazz on vinyl. That is kind of my sweet spot. Something about the warmth of the vinyl, the clicks, the hisses, the pops with the the jazz music just transports me to another place. So I'm very much a fan of that, as well as lo-fi indie rock stuff like Betty Seviert. Any of that kind of stuff that is just really, I don't know. There's just something about it. I can't even really explain it, but I've got a small collection in the basement. I've also inherited a bunch of stuff from my grandfather, and it's something I have considered kind of getting back into. I kind of have strayed away from the music side of my collection in favor of films and toys, which you've probably seen on this channel. So anyway, without further ado, thank you to Sneaky Raul at the Mad Blood's channel for this kind of push in this direction. And if this goes well, we might be doing more of this in the future, and maybe we'll do another collaboration, which we've done in the past. So first of all, with American Laundromats, I won't show you the other sides, but they always send you download cards for the album. So if you aren't someone who has like Spotify or some sort of streaming service, you can directly download the albums in digital format to your device, whatever that may be. So that's a nice little thing to have. They also, will send you a nice little thank you card with some information about, upcoming releases. Like these are the other Juliana Hatfield titles that have come out in the recent past. Bed, Become What You Are, the one that we're going to talk about here in a minute, and a bunch of other stuff. But it's just nice to have it readily available because it's hard to track down. Some of it wasn't ever issued on Vital, to be honest. We also have an American Laundromat sticker, which I have a huge collection of these. They've got different kinds. They're not always the exact same, but I've got a large number of these because I've spent a lot of money with American Laundromat. Good label. They do a lot of other stuff besides Juliana Hatfield. So if you go check out their website, I'll put that up here. Also, they usually include an artist-related sticker. So I've got my nice little Juliana Hatfield sticker for the album that I have picked up. So the album in question is How to Walk Away. This is from August of 2008. I was living in Colorado at the time. I just realized I did not open the vinyl to show you the actual vinyl itself, so I may have to do that while we're talking. This album came out, like I said, when I was in Colorado. It's produced by Andy Chase, who, if you are familiar with the bands Ivy or Fountains of Wayne, which he did with Adam Schlesinger, which people may know that group primarily with their affiliation with That Thing You Do, the Tom Hanks movie, but he also was in a band called Ivy, which was around this time. Definitely good stuff if you like power. What's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, power pop. That's the right word. I was like, is it power punk? No, it's power pop. Definitely. Then go check him out. But Juliana Hatfield, like I said, was originally in the Blake Babies, then went off on a solo album. Then she started a trio called the Juliana Hatfield 3, which I just went and saw for the first time. I've never seen her with the 3. I've seen her, I lost count a long time ago, by herself or with some of her other incarnations. But with the 3, that's the first time I've ever seen them. She then was with Some Girls, which I've seen that group, that incarnation. She was with the I Don't Cares, which was her and Paul Westerberg from The Replacements. Not my favorite of everything she's done, but still great. She did an album with her brother, his band called Frank Smith. And one of the best things that I think she's done recently was her, as far as collaborations are concerned, are her and Matthew Cause from Not a Surf did a band called Minor Alps, which I am seriously hoping they do a second record. That is the perfect winter record. If you're a music fan, you kind of understand what I mean when I say that. But go track that album down, and it's fantastic. So this is her 8th studio album, and these shots are she's from the Cambridge, Massachusetts area, so these are all from around kind of where she lives. She shortly after this album was released, she released her memoir called When I Grow Up, which is a great book. I have a copy down in the basement that's signed. The album features Andy Chase is on it, as well as Jason Hatfield, one of her 2 brothers. Tracy Bonham, or is it 2 brothers? I thought it was Christian and Jason. Maybe I got that wrong. Anyway, Tracy Bonham, which if you're a music fan of the 90s, you know who Tracy Bonham is. Richard Butler from Psychedelic Furs, and Matthew Cause. So those are all the other kind of guest stars on this album. This little bit of trivia about her, if you're not familiar with her, most people may know her from her My Sister or Spin the Bottle from the Juliana Hatfield 3 Become What You Are album. She also was affiliated with Evan Dando from the Lemonheads. She played bass on 2 of his albums, as well as provided some vocals. And they used to live together in Allston, Massachusetts, which is kind of a working class area, kind of in the Boston area, which was primarily college students, which at the time, gone to college and then graduated and just kind of stayed around that area. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this open without other utensils, but we are going to try to do this. I was about to say live, but by the time you see this, I will have had to have edited it and get it out to you, and that will take a while. So, all right, let's see. I don't want to damage anything, so if this isn't going to work, then we're just going to have to wait and show it to you at another time. Aha, success. Again, usually I'm a little more prepared, but today was kind of off the cuff. I have the day off of work randomly, and if you know me, you know what's going on. But anyway, so, all right. Inside, we have another photo from the session, as well as lyrics to the album. And then I typically will get kind of the basic level. I don't always go for like the super special ones, just because I'm in it more to have it as part of my collection. I'm not dire that it has to be, you know, the most unique one. So this is a blue kind of marbled vinyl. I know Raul is a fan of the kind of unique vinyl. Me personally, being kind of, I don't know what it is, but I like just the straight black traditional kind of look of vinyl. But sometimes it's not an option, and sometimes I'm just like, you know, hey, let's go ahead and get the weirdie. And then along with this, you had the option to pick up the 7-inch, which was 2 songs that were recorded at the same time during these sessions. Didn't make it on the album, but were available in some format in some place. So I went ahead and I always pick up everything that they put out. So I also picked up this, which includes Not Enough and Back to Freedom, which Not Enough I was already familiar with. Back to Freedom I had not actually heard before. So got another photo on the back of her walking away. How ironic is that? And I like these because, again, you get both of the download cards. So if you have a streaming service of some sort, you can certainly, you know, listen to it that way. I'm just going to leave this one sealed for now because I don't have a knife handy and I don't want to take your time with me trying to open it. So just imagine it's a pretty vinyl. So anyway, that is it for this video. If you dig this, we can definitely do more music related stuff. Music is my passion. Again, I don't talk about it much on this channel, but it has kind of always been a thing for me. I've been in multiple bands, played around the Chicago area. I've done a lot musically in my life from the time I was very young and still continue to enjoy it. I don't make it anymore, but it is something that's still a part of my life very heavily. And this is one of the reasons why. So, all right, that is it for this video. I guess there's not really much else to say, but that tomorrow is not guaranteed. So please don't forget to unbox your heart. We'll see you next time.
Should be done, you see, between the real and the unreal. The dead might be looking in. Halloween, the festival of Samhain. Happy Halloween.